respect. All right. So how does this go wrong? So the pathology. There are lots of different ways that it can hurt you, but here's one example. That basically, how does it hurt you? And the answer is the following. This is for in the case of solid tumors. Blood tumors are a slightly different deal, but we always draw cells as little circles. It turns out, in many cases, they're oftentimes little squares, but not always. Say these are normal cells. All right? And let's say this one here. Or let me draw a box in a different color. So if this cell loses growth control, so now it divides when it oughtn't. What happens is you get started down the road to a tumor. Right? So you got the normal cells in the neighborhood, and then the descendants of this cell. This is now a tumor. This is called benign if it does not spread to other organs. And these are all cells are descendants of one cell gone bad. So the idea is that what happens is this cell has to lose growth control, and it has to lose it in a genetic way. That is, it actually has to change its DNA so that not only does this one cell divide when it oughtn't, but all of its offspring cells divide when they oughtn't, when they should not. And so now you get a pile of cells. Instead of a nice orderly arrangement of cells sort of customized for their particular purpose, you end up with a blob of cells, and that's a tumor. If it doesn't spread to other organs, all right, or damage other organs, it is the descendants, all the cells are descendants of one cell gone bad. Oh, this is so much nicer. All right. So the idea is you've got 10 to the 11th cells in your body. If any one of them goes bad and starts to divide when it oughtn't, and then its daughters divide when they oughtn't, you can get a tumor. Right? So that, in fact, most people, if you live to a ripe old age, will have tumors in your body. They probably would never have killed you, but there's always that possibility that the cell will go bad. Yeah? Is that what a cyst is? I don't think that a cyst is the same thing. Cyst is usually fluid-filled, so it's not a tumor. But I'm beyond where I know what I'm talking about, so I'm depending on the audience. So I better not say anything careful, anything serious about that. Yeah? It's cells that are growing when they shouldn't. So you're, pardon? So let me talk about that in a second. So your classic example of a tumor is if you have a wart. That's actually a very small, benign tumor. It's a bunch of cells dividing when they shouldn't. They typically don't cause you any trouble, warts on your hand or on your skin.